We're up at our highest point on the trip to date. It's about 4,500 metres, which is getting over 3 times the height of Snowdon, so we're pretty high. We're on a grassland just at the foot of Shivling, which hopefully is outside the front of my tent. I haven't seen it yet because it was cloudy when we arrived, so I think we should go and have a look. Ice on the outside of the tent. Oh. And there she is. Absolutely beautiful. Not bad for a view from your bedroom window. As you can see, it's a pretty remote place up here, and it's absolutely amazing how many people will make this pilgrimage up to these heady heights to pay their respects to the peaks. It's 17 miles from the nearest town, the town of Gangotri, all the way up to here, the mountain of Shivling, and it's extremely hard work for us to get up here, and people are using mules, walking for hours just to get to the source of the Ganges. It may look like I'm hanging out in a quarry, but actually this is a glacial moraine. It's all the rocks and rubble that have been pushed up as the glaciers moved past and down the valley. And there's some big stuff here, which just shows the power the glacier has as it's trucking its way down the valley. It's also very difficult to negotiate, particularly when you're filming yourself. We've managed to get various time lapses during the day, but in order to get the killer shot, the dawn reveal, we're going to have to overnight and bivvy up on the escarpment. Myself and Ian, the infamous cameraman, have decided to bivvy tonight up at this glacial lake in the attempt to get some nice shots first thing in the morning. Absolutely doing anything. Right, that's the mat. Sleeping bag. As you can see, Ian's glorious bivvy bag. Mine is a lot less interesting.
So let's get this right. That's your home. And this is the deluxe McCarthy version. And this is what we've come to film.
I'm a bit scared now. I've suddenly realised I might be under-prepared for this. It better be good weather tomorrow morning, so we can make it all worthwhile. Had a toasty evening and slept really well. No snow, as you can see, which is a plus. So I better get up and do a time lapse of the sunrise. It's time for work.
This is what we do.
This is what we do. Mr. Producer, I hope you appreciate this. I've got a time lapse going, and hopefully, as the cloud dissipates, we'll see the sun catching its peaks. It's the most spectacular sight. Unfortunately, we've only got one take at this because we've got to head down tomorrow. So we've got numerous cameras dotted around to try and capture this amazing spectacle of the dawn over Shivling. think that was well worth the night in the bivvy bag. We've got a really nice time lapse of the sun rising on Shivling, and it's looking beautiful now. Just the tops and the clouds, but other than that, perfect. We've heard this rumour. There's bears, Himalayan black bears, and they've been seen in a village up in the Himalayas called Tolma. We hear they are coming in at night to take advantage of the apple harvest. We brought our infrared cameras to try and catch them in the act.
So we're just on the edge of the village that we're staying in, and we've decided to pick this orchard to try and film the bears in. There's windfall apples on the ground. There's pretty much nothing else around for the bears to be eating, so there should be bears coming in almost every night. The black bears have been going to be fairly aggressive. So we couldn't use just a normal canvas hide, had to have something a bit more substantial. So these walls are sort of 1.5 feet thick, so I feel reasonably kind of comfortable in there. It's pitch black outside. We're filming everything with infrared lights, so I can't see anything. The animals can't see anything either. We've had foxes come through, lots of fox activity, jungle cats come through. So there's stuff around, no bears yet. They have a huge Hindu festival called Diwali with lots of fireworks. They had that about 10 days ago. So one thing we think is maybe the fireworks have scared the bears away, and it's taken them a while to come back into this area. We're hoping the chances of a bear coming in will just increase over the next week, but so far we haven't seen so much as a footprint, so we're all a bit nervous about not getting the sequence.
Night after night, all we managed to get was foxes. Unfortunately, no bears. Mind you, the foxes seem to like the apples, something I've never seen before. With not a bear in sight, we decided to spread our net wider and set up infrared cameras on the outskirts of the village. It may look like we're rewiring the whole hillside here, but in fact we're setting up infrared camera traps to try and catch Himalayan black bears doing their thing at night. It basically involves setting up infrared beams that the bears cut, which triggers the camera to go off, and then we get them drinking, feeding, whatever they're up to. All they've got to do is turn up, and then we've got them. Okay.
Yeah.
Picking it up.
Actually there, well that's okay.
That's a good distance from
It's come into frame by the water troughs.
The higher the better, presumably, to chuck it over the trough.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Okay, yeah, just keep coming through.
Let's go to the other one.
That's that. That works. So we're about 200 metres outside the village, and we've set up a camera trap system here because there is a very clear path that runs out of the woods and in towards the village, and we think there is a good chance that any bears or leopards that are going to come towards the village are going to get funneled through here because there's not many options for them to go anywhere else. So we've set 2 infrared beams, so anything that breaks the beam will trigger the cameras to turn on. This is a motion detector. We've got these 2 infrared lights that they fire up when there's an animal detected. And so we've just sort of set it up, hoping for the best. They've seen leopard tracks here, bear tracks, there'll be foxes, martins, musk deer, you name it. So hopefully, we've got about 10 days, we should get something coming through. But there's lots to go wrong with this kind of setup, and it's just a question of fingers crossed, really. See what we get.
By day, village life carried on as normal, oblivious to what we were up to on the outskirts. Each morning, we're desperate to find out what we might have got on the camera traps.
So we've got 1. Oh no. So 5 minutes on the tape. Ah, some guy carrying huge amounts of wood on his back. No bear, no leopard, no cow. Oh well. Right, okay, let's look at the other one. Oh, we've got a fox. That's nice. Okay, well, it's not a bear or a leopard, but it's something. Great, okay.
But a couple of nights later, success. John visits r00t, the head of the village, to show the fruits of our labour.
Namaste. Should we look at it? Let me show you the shot. Yeah. Bat. That was a bat. Bridge builders coming home. We've had fox almost every night. Oh. Even darker still. Come on, come on, come on, give us something. Oh, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Oh, hey, he's big.
Very big.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
So he doesn't drink, but he just keeps on going.
Yeah.
He's a big bear.
Yeah, very big bear.
Okay, so that, after 2 weeks, that is our first evidence that bears exist here. This is a bit further up the trail, so this is to see whether the bear kept on going out of the village along this path or whether it went up into the forest. There's the Come on, Mr. Bear. So he's not in any hurry. You could just...
Very big.
He's huge. That is, he's much bigger than North American black bears. These are good shots, but
Good shot.
we still need them in the orchard.
Sadly, it wasn't to be. No more bear visits for the rest of the trip. We had to leave the foxes to enjoy the apples on their own.
Adam did come across one real problem tiger during the course of the production.
The man is claiming that the tiger ripped through this mat, came into the hut.
When he heard the sound, he came and the mat is still up. Tiger is inside through the hole.
And a couple of weeks after this incident, the tiger came back to the village. Just coming up to the hut where we very first saw the evidence of her 2 weeks ago when we first arrived down on this trip. The hut where she ripped through the mat that was across the front of the hut, and the guy woke up in the middle of the night to find the tiger was right underneath him. She didn't make a grab for this guy, did she? She just...
From what I gather, she came out. She just came out of the jungle growling. And then one of the guys from up top came down, grabbed a stick here, whack, hit the tiger ran off. Something's not right in her head. I mean, I don't think this tiger has got long left. I mean, she just seems to be doing the craziest of stuff. And I hope, I don't know, sometimes tigers do crazy stuff and then they go back to being normal. That'd be a fantastic situation. Or she just disappears naturally. Fantastic. If not, if this is her last throes of being a tiger and just for some reason being pretty desperate, then I hope it doesn't cost anyone. It was good to go up there and talk to everyone in the huts. And some of them I had quite a long chat with just about what was going on and just trying to explain how dangerous it is. Because we can't do this every night, we're not going to be here for months and months. So they've got to come up with some kind of system.
So Adam decided in the end to try and put a collar on this tiger that was behaving erratically, so the villagers would be able to keep tabs on exactly where she was. I'm with the tiger team. Adam's in the cage in the forest over there with his dart gun, waiting near to a kill that the tiger's made. And we're going to wait on the boat. We're a few hundred metres away, and hopefully she'll come back soon.
We've been waiting on the boat for about 2 hours. The tiger's come back to near the kill, but she's just been lying there, just sleeping for about 2 hours, not moving in. So we're just sitting on the boat, waiting.
দুইটা 40 ওকে আমরা বুঝতে পারছি
Darting successful.
No, miss.
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 Adam tried to dart her, but he's missed her. So she's gone back to the forest. She wasn't running, she was walking back in. Maybe she's not had too big a fright. Maybe she'll come back out. We'll just keep waiting. The dart's gone in. Okay, tiger's running. The tiger's running away. We don't know if the dart's in, but she's running quite fast. Suggests that maybe it has gone in.
Okay, we're all spreading out into the forest to look for the tiger. It's hard ground, so it's hard to follow her tracks. We're spread out, fighting our way through this thick forest, looking for the tiger who's somewhere in here. I found the tiger.
There's no sign of infection or mange or anything like that. So look at her teeth. Yep. One okay canine, and she's got 3 very broken canines.
This tiger was in much worse condition than Adam had realised. Her teeth were so bad she couldn't eat her kills, so she was starving to death.
Okay.
It was her hunger that was probably making her act so strangely.
All claws are intact. Her skin's fairly a little bit pretty slack. She's an old animal. I'm not gonna collar her.
How long do you reckon she's got?
Weeks at best.
They're still working hard to stabilise her temperature. In these conditions, she could overheat really quickly under the influence of this drug. But in fact, what happened was that as night fell, the tiger's temperature actually started to drop really worryingly, and the tiger team had to take measures to keep her warm. And that's when it started to get really interesting. About 4.5 hours after the tiger was darted. The team's been rubbing her vigorously, and they've got her under blankets, try and keep her warm. We just bring in some hot water to make hot water bottles to try and get her temperature up. She's still a little bit cooler than Adam would like, so it's a full-on effort to try and pull this tiger through the night. Adam thinks she is gonna make it, but it could be a long haul yet. He reckons we could be here till after dawn, so it's probably going to be an all-night vigil. The tiger is slowly regaining consciousness. Her ears are now twitching in response to sounds, which is a good sign, and her temperature has increased a little bit. So this is a good sign, right?
Yeah, every bit of extra movement is on our way to getting up.
Just after dawn. It's been an all-night vigil with the tiger. Adam's just made the decision that it's time to move away from her, not to sit next to her anymore. So Adam, what do you think of her condition now?
She's improving slowly. She's starting to move her forelimbs, and she seems to be awake a lot more. So it's going to take quite some time, but I think it should be alright.
She's going to be here quite possibly all day. He's expecting her to move off maybe late afternoon. back off into the jungle. She's so old and so thin that it's taken her a long time to metabolize this drug out of her system, but she's fine. She's going to be fine. We've opened up the carcass so she can have a good big feed when she wakes up, and there's plenty of water around there for her to drink as well. It was very important for the project that a tiger didn't die as a result of the radio collaring work. But when the tigress finally did wander off, it was clear how painfully thin and old she was. She was much too frail to do any harm to people, really. And she was never seen near the fishing village again. And I'm sure she just wandered off and died quietly in the forest somewhere.